One of the keys to collaborating with Google Docs is learning how to share a document. It's really very simple. Up in the upper right corner, you will see the share button. And by default, it is private only to you and only you can access. When you click on the share button, it will show you who has access, which is right now, it's private and only me. Now, you can change some settings very easily if you want to. With the visibility settings, who can actually view it, you can click change and decide that you want public on the web, which means anyone on the internet can find it and access it. Anyone with the link means this document, and we'll show you, has a link, and if you send someone the link, they can access it and they don't have to sign in to Google. Now I'm at school, so I'm in Adams 12. So if you are in Adams 12 or in your school district and you're logged into your district account for Google, you will have the choice of your school district, that anyone who has an Adams 12 or whatever your school district is account can find and access it. You can lock it down even further and just say, well, people at Adams 12 with the link. So this makes it searchable by people in Adams 12, and this makes it that people with Adams 12 with the link can. So it's up to you. That's how you can change the visibility options for people to be able to see it. And I'm just leaving it quick save. Now, if I want certain people to be able to look at it, you type the people's names in. So I can type people's names in, and what's coming up are the names in my contacts. So if you're at school and you have all the contact lists that's set up through your district, you will be able to look for people's names in your district and find it. Now, if you're on your personal Gmail and you have your own contacts, you can choose from your contacts, like here's my contacts. And I can see these are just my contacts, but it's from school. And you can click on people, you can click on most people, you can create groups, which is another thing for Gmail. So you can put the people that you want in here, and I don't want them, so I'm just going to pick a couple people. And then you can choose what they can do. They can edit, they can comment, they can view. Now if you can edit, you can also comment. If you can comment, you can also view. And if you can view, that means you can just see it. So if you don't want to open it up to everybody in the world or everybody in your school district, and you just want a couple people and say, hey, take a look at this, you can view. You want them to edit it, you can edit it. You can notify the people via an email message and add a message saying, hey, will you check this out for me? Okay. You can send a copy of the email to yourself. You can paste the item itself into the email, which means you're going to actually paste the document into the email. If not, it'll be a link that they can get to and click on and go to Google Docs and see it. So that's up to you. And then I'm not going to notify the people, but then you can just share and save. And it says if you skip sending an email notifications, folks will have to sign in before they notice what they shared. That's okay for me because I don't want these people to get a bunch of emails, but you normally are not going to skip sending the invitation because you do want people to know. So when you go here, you do want to notify people via email because then they'll get a message and they'll know, hey, you shared this with me. Otherwise, it might get lost. And you don't just have to email people that are using Gmail or if you're in your school subdomain. Anybody's email address. Just want to tell you a couple things about collaboration that I can't necessarily show you. After you share a document, you can work on it with people all over the world in real time, anybody that you shared it with. And you can be simultaneously editing it. So anyone with permission, if you give edit permission, can make direct changes to the document. So remember, you don't want to give anybody editing rights unless you want them to be actually sharing the document. And if you do it by accident, you can go back into share and change that person. So I could just say Julie can just comment on it, or she could just view it. You can also change who you want to be the owner, and I'm not going to do that right now. If I do that and I give it to Shelly, she'd have to go back and make me the owner. So you might want to do this if you know someone's leaving the company and you or where you're working, and so they're not the owner of the document anymore. Now, when people can edit and you're in a document, you can see people are making the changes actually on the document. And I can't show you, but it's in the, you can see it in the directions. If you click on the written directions and scroll down to collaboration, it'll show you. It puts a little like flag of a certain color, and it'll even say, so you'll see a little flag of a certain color here. And if you click on it, hover over the cursor, it'll tell you the person's name. So you can see who's actually commenting, editing while you're working. Now in a spreadsheet, only one person can edit a cell at a time. So anyone who can edit a comment or a text, you can discuss it, but in your comments on the right. And that's what the insert the comment was for. So you, if insert a comment, I could say, did I spell this right? You know, if I want to ask. So this is how you can communicate with someone on a document that you're not sitting next to the person. So you could have kids sharing documents and working together, and they don't have to be talking and making a whole bunch of noise. They can be typing on the document and go to insert comment and say, ask a question or make a comment like, I think we should change that. And they can discuss it back and forth, and there doesn't have to be all that talking in the classroom, which is kind of neat. So when something is done, so you can have a conversation back and forth. Now I'm just going to have a conversation with myself. No, you didn't. Okay, I didn't even spell that right. When the conversation is done, you can just click resolve. And it's supposed to resolve. There it goes. So once again, I can't show you, but it'll be a little colored flag. When someone else is working on your document, one of your collaborators, you can click your cursor over and see who's collaborating. You want to comment, it's under Insert Comments, and you can have a discussion. My computer's a little slow today for some reason. And you can have a discussion back and forth about what's going on. So kids can work in separate rooms. So if you're working with another class, but you don't want to shove everybody in the same room, you can be in 2 separate rooms and the kids can be working on a document together even though they're not in the same class. And when the comments are done, all you have to do is hit resolve. And it should hide the discussion. I'm not sure why it's not. I guess it will. And that's it. So collaboration, sharing and collaboration, awesome tool.